Bonjour mes amis de NAFT, c'est moi Etienne, and it is a pleasure here to be able to spend these next 30 minutes with you. That's right, we only have 30 minutes ensemble, so I'm going to be really quick. So let's head over and check out the 6 things that I want to cover in these next 30 minutes before I have to let you go. So I'm going to start with a brief intro and an Oprah Winfrey-like giveaway for all of you, every one of you that are watching this. Then number 2, we're going to talk about a key why for teaching French. Tell me why. Number 3, we're going to talk about a key how for teaching French. Number 4, we're going to get down to talk about a key what in the world for teaching French. Number 5 says that we're going to talk about a famous who for teaching French. And finally, we're going to talk about a key where for teaching French and discuss where we will go from here. So number 1, a brief introduction into who I am, and at the same time, let's do that Oprah Winfrey-like giveaway. I want you to look up on the screen because I want to give you a free copy. Yes, it's a free copy of this book. It's the interactive, comprehensive Reader's Playbook. This is going to have everything that you need. It is an amazing little book filled with SEL principles, strategies. It's filled with learning strategies, reading strategies, post-reading strategies, game ideas. It's all jam-packed, and I want to give it to you right now. All you have to do is swipe this QR code that you see and play a game of 10 truths and a lie. And the reason I do this is because I think it's a really, really cool strategy, 10 truths and a lie. It's something that we can do in our class to review things that students have covered or things they're about to cover. 10 truths and a lie. So you're going to see on your screen right now 11 things. 10 of these are a truth about me as I'm introducing myself to you, and one of them is an absolute lie. So swipe that QR code. Where's my phone? Here we go. So grab your phone and just swipe that QR code and let's see which one you think is the lie. And I tell you what, I'm going to get you this book no matter whether you choose the right answer or not. Sound good? All right, give it a shot. See which one you think it is. Oh, do you think I'm giving you a hint right now? You're absolutely right. Okay, let me just give you 10 more seconds. 10. I'll tell you what, we're going to put this back up on the screen at the very end so that you can swipe this code if you haven't had your chance yet right now, because we got to move on. Not only am I going to be giving you a free book right now, I'm going to be giving you a lot more when I come back live in person. Yes, I'm so sad and I'm so disappointed that I was unable to be with you live today, October 22nd. But I'm going to tell you what, I am making my way over to Sydney as part of my world tour. So here's what's going to happen. The week of July 24th to the 29th, I'm going to be available for French concerts at your school. And we'll talk about how you can sign up for that. It's really easy. But on July 29th, that is where we will get together. That's us. That's right. We are family. That's right. We're going to get together and we're going to celebrate French together with some more interactive, engaging PD with a lot of stuff. If you like this whole idea of an Oprah Winfrey giveaway, then you got to make your way over on July 29th and join us as NAFT hosts this live French teacher PD party right in Sydney. And part of what I'm going to be talking about on July 29th when we get together is about that SEL component, the social and emotional learning. That's about that mental health piece. Because if we are not healthy, then how can we possibly give our best to our students and be our best for our students? So we're definitely going to talk about that. Because of course, what am I talking about when I say healthy teacher self or healed eye teacher self? You see a play on words from the chapter that's found right here in this book, which I'm hoping to also get you a copy of when I come on July 29th. So we're going to talk about that whole SEL piece as it concerns us, first of all, but also how it concerns our students as well. So now we're going to head over to number 2, which says right here, talk about a key why for teaching French. Now, when I was a student back in the day, that was the biggest question on my mind. No matter what class I was in, I wanted to know why we were learning what we were learning. Why did the teacher choose this particular task and how does it apply to my life? Maybe you have some students like that. Well, I think it's really important that students know right from the get-go why we're doing what we're doing. And as we're taking them down the road to French proficiency, each step, each road marker, that they know why we're doing what we're doing and where we're headed. And probably the best way to start is by explaining to them exactly why they should be learning French. Pourquoi take French? And that's exactly the name of a song that I wrote years back, because I had a lot of students asking me, Etienne, really, why should I keep learning French? So I put this little song together, and in one rap, it explains a lot of the reasons why it's very cool and would be a very good idea for them to keep learning French. And so here's how it goes. Now, I know I'm not with you live right now, and it's going to be not until July 29th, but you could even put your hands up. You could give me a beat and you could clap as I rap this. So I hope you enjoy this one. This is called Pourquoi Take French. Now, you can go on YouTube and you can type in Pourquoi Take French and just add my name, Etienne, and you'll see many different versions. And maybe I'll work with NAFT and I will try to get you a link to the latest version of this song, which is pretty cool. But here is how it goes. Are you ready? All right, give me a beat. Yeah. Here we go. Pourquoi take French? I heard you ask. Well, sit back and relate as I kick your aspirations into gear. You got nothing to fear. When you learn the French language, opportunities appear. I know many languages, I'm having fun. A lot more than I would be if I stuck with one. I learned French in school. Not in my home, mais je parle français, wherever I may roam. Yeah, I've been to Rome, Barcelona, and France. I rock the masses down under, watching bounce and dance. Bounce and dance, bounce and dance. All right, everybody bounce and dance. Now enough about me, let me talk about you. You got a choice, it's your voice, what you gonna do? You can open cash doors, your value soars. When you learn the French language, the world is yours. Let me tell you a little story that I think you might like. It's about my high school friend, whose name is Mike. He said, Pourquoi take French? I don't live in France. So he didn't take French, although he had the chance. So check it, then one day he meets up with the girl of his dreams, a rare beauty like the ones up on the movie screens. He walks up to her and says, Shorty, how do you do? She says, Je parle français. Parlez-vous? He went from geeking to freaking because he couldn't be speaking the French that would win him, the girl he was meeting. So he turned to me for French help he was seeking. Yeah, well, he nearly flipped his lid. I tell you what I did. I walked up to her and said bonjour, and now we got 3 kids. Bounce and dance, bounce and dance, bounce and dance. 200 million people speaking French in this world. In over 50 different countries, that's lots of boys and girls. French is the official language of UN and NATO, the Red Cross, the Olympics, and UNESCO. Let's go. So the moral of the story is just this. It's not about the money making or taking all them trips, but you say, I'm going to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer. Well, those cats make more money when they speak French, my dear, because the world is multilingual. It's real, not virtual. You be jamming to the words I flow, just stick to what you know for show. Whether for business or for pleasure, learning French unlocks a treasure. With no value you can measure, you'll be a rich man, yeah, forever. Whether for business or for pleasure, learning French unlocks a treasure. With no value you can measure, you'll be a rich man, yeah, forever. And so that song is Pourquoi Take French. You can check it out. There's even a little package that goes along with it. But it's a great way, particularly in the beginning of a school year, I find, to present that and talk to the students, have them go through the songs, pull the different reasons why it's cool to learn French, and talk about why we're all here together. So let's head over to number 3, the talk about a key how for learning French. All right, now, how many of you remember that Backstreet Boys, their I Want It That Way, where they're going, tell me why, that song, right? Okay, well, before I talk about the why, let me know, have you ever asked these questions about tell me how?
Now I'm not saying that I'm falling apart, but teaching ain't what it used to be. Yeah, no money for resources, and I wanna know why my class size is 93. I ain't never wanna hear you say things are always gonna be this way. Tell me how retirement age. Tell me how I can use ideas that will last, so I can always run my class. So I can always run my class.
Okay, so maybe this is a bit of a stretch and maybe you can't identify with any of those tell me hows, but I think some of you absolutely can. Is that fair to say? Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's get to a how that I think is very important when we are teaching our students, and that is how to properly pronounce their French. How many of you wish your students were pronouncing their French just a little bit better? Anybody out there more betterly? Anybody? Yeah. I know I have some students and they're trying really hard, but they'll draw out their French like, bonjour, comment ça va? And it's just like, oh man, dude, seriously. Okay. So this is called the executive pen exercise, and it is a lot of fun and it's really, really easy to do. This is actually so effective that in the Rock Your Class book that I showed you here, I actually did a whole chapter on it because it is great for students to practice their pronunciation, to get ready for presentations. Now you'll see why right here. I'm going to do a great example en français ensemble. Okay. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to grab a pen. Okay. And this simple pen is going to get your students speaking betterly en français. And you're going to have your students clean off their pens. So clean, you know what? Let's do this. Do you have a pen? Grab a pen. I want you to do this with me. If I'm going to do this, I want you to do this. Okay. So grab a pen and I want you to clean it off. If you don't have a pen, just pretend you have one. And you're going to take the pen and you're just going to put it behind your eye teeth. Just like this. Behind your eye teeth. Now, I know I look a little silly, but I do model this with my students because I figure if I'm going to ask them to do it, then I should probably be doing it myself. So I know it's a little silly, but just follow me here because there's a reason why that we're doing this. Now, I'm going to put up these words up here. This goes to, okay, just wait a minute. Okay, I'll clean this off again, but this goes to the song Prononcez-les bien. You can look for this on YouTube as well. Type in Prononcez-les bien, add my name, Etienne, and this particular song will come up. What's great about this is it has your students pronouncing different phonetic sounds, but they'll see in these sentences here that words can be spelled differently, but the sounds are the same. So it's like going, relax, guys. There's only basically 23 sounds in French. And if we get these down, you're going to sound amazing. And this helps do it. So let's get those pens back in the mouth. And you're going to simply repeat after Etienne. So there's actually a whole rap song that you can do here, but we're going to do this live just between us. So please repeat after me. Pen in the mouth. Elle dansait au cabaret. Now you go. Elle dansait au cabaret. So I'll keep going. You keep repeating, okay? Il parlait à l'irlandais. Il parlait à l'irlandais. Okay, good. Alors, il fait beau et chaud. Alors, il fait beau et chaud. Il lui faut des gros escargots. Il lui faut des gros escargots. Now check this next one out. Si ça chasse 5 chiens. Si ça chasse 5 chiens. Okay? Ces chiens chantent la chanson. Ces chiens chantent la chanson. Now, the U and the OU. Tu as vu Gigi? Tu as vu Gigi? As-tu vu la rue? As-tu vu la rue? Vous le soulouez? Vous le soulouez? Vous pouvez trouver l'igloo? Vous pouvez trouver l'igloo? Okay, now, I know we looked a little serious, and I hope you were doing this with me, okay? Now, I know we looked a little bit silly here, but here's what we do next. You take the pen, okay? Just trust me on this. You take the pen, clean it off, and then, as it says in the slides here, now take your pen and pass it to the right, okay? And so we're going to take the other person's pen, and then we're going to... I'm just kidding. I know it says sharing is caring, but that's not a way to build community. It's a way to build community diseases probably. But anyways, so, but no, we don't do that. What we do is as soon as you're done the song, let's go back to the slide here. You're going to have your students do this without the pen in their mouth. And your head will snap back because your students are going to sound like a room plein francophone, a room filled with French native speakers as they go, il dansait au cabaret. Allô, il fait beau et chaud. Il lui faut des gros escargots. Now, the reason why is really simple. What this pen did was train their mouths to pronounce properly, yes, but also to keep their vowels short. There are no long vowels in the French language. or basically any other Latin-based language, okay? And if you could see also pedagogically sexily, that's not really a word, but it's pretty pedagogically sexy here. I added six chats chassent, cinq chiens. How many of you have students who will say six chats chassent, cinq chiens? Anybody? Or six chiens chantent, la chanson. This song also helps to curb the desire to make those little pronunciation errors as well. So I definitely want you to try this. It's called the executive pen exercise. So either remember it, write it down, or you can find it in the Rock Your Class book, but it is perfect. And I have my students, I tell them at home, they can practice with a toothbrush, practice before a presentation. It's just a lot of fun. All right, number 4 says, talk about a key what in the world of teaching French. Okay, now, sometimes you just got to have a little bit of fun in French class, and there's a lot of different ways of doing it. And this one here is one I definitely encourage you to try. How many of your students, when they're writing, they forget their accents, or when they're reading, they don't know exactly what the accents mean or which way their French accents go? Does that happen? Okay. So what I want you to do is give them the French accents challenge, le défi accent français. Okay. This is where they will physically get up out of their desks and they will be the French accents. Let's look up here at this chart. This is how it goes. So when you go the one way, it's aigu. When you go the other way, it's grave. When you make the little chapeau for circonflexe, it's going to be circonflexe, right? And you can even flex with that one. You could have tréma, right? For Noël et les autres mots comme ça, là. Tréma. And CCD, okay, it goes like this. So if you take the letter C like this, and you add the little CD at the bottom, just like this. Can you see me? All right. Now, here's the crazy part. It's a song, and it goes to the Baby Shark tune. You know, Baby Shark, do, 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 Baby Shark. How many of you, raise your hand if you find that song incredibly annoying? Yes? Okay. Well, here's a great way to take an annoying song and make it work for all of us as French teachers. Yes. So let me show you how this is done. But I encourage you to get up and try this with me. I'm going to be doing it right here. I'd like you to try it out as well. Here we go. The French Accents Baby Shark song. You can find it right there on YouTube. Again, just type in French Accents Baby Shark and Etienne, and you're going to find it right there. Here's how it goes.
L'accent aigu, 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 l'accent aigu, 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 l'accent aigu, 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 l'accent aigu, l'accent grave, 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 l'accent grave, 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 l'accent grave, 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 l'accent grave, l'accent circonflexe, flex, flex, circonflexe, flex, flex, circonflexe, flex, flex, circonflexe, l'accent très l'accent très l'accent très l'accent très la CD, la CD, la CD, la CD, la CD, la CD, la CD.
This is a lot of fun when you get the students up and moving, and as you can see, we have the les accents face there. You can actually make a face out of all the French accents and have a lot of fun. We have this contest that we run sometimes, so definitely try to keep up at Rock Your Class on social media and see the next time we run this contest. And we have students from all over the world doing the French Accents Challenge for t-shirts like you see and prizes. And it's just a lot of fun getting everybody together to celebrate French accents. The fact is that there's nothing better than using music in the classroom. That's why I believe in violence in the classroom. Do you believe in violence in the classroom? This idea of using music to get the learning going as they're going down that road to French proficiency. Oh yeah? Okay, me too, absolutely. And one song that I definitely want to share with you will answer this question about talk about a famous who for teaching French. Now, no matter what country you live in, pretty much everybody knows that one of the biggest pop stars on the planet is Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber actually sang this particular song live on national TV in France. And so the video that I'm going to be sharing with you, you're going to see me performing the song and you're going to see Justin doing it as well. The song is called Avoir deux, and it's a really easy song to use. And no matter whether you're using the reader, and you can see some examples of some of the pages from the readers there. So whether you are just playing the video and singing along, or you're doing maybe the beach ball game activity, or you're doing the finger game on desks where the students are versing each other, or they could play the finger point game at the desk themselves, or you can put page 17 up on a big screen and have them pointing out at the screen. You could also have them doing the hand movements that fit the song, and I'll try to show you those, or any of the bevy of activities that accompany the song along in with the book, which is avoir versus être. It's where the students vote on the greatest verb of all times. This is an awesome song to do. So we'll do a mix. We'll do I'll put the words up and we'll point to them as the song is playing. So you'll do it with me. But also let me just show you really quickly the hand movements that go with it. For singular, we're going to use one finger, and it's going to be G-A-I, tu as, A-S. So G-A-I, tu as, A-S. Il a, elle a. Then all the fingers for plural. Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ont. Let me do it faster. G-A-I, tu as, A-S. Il a, elle a. Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ont. I'm going to hit the song, and then I want you to try it with me. Let's start with a simple pointing, and then we'll try to move on to the actual dance move gestures. Sound good? All right, let's hit it. Take it away, Justin.
Can you sing a French song for us?
Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ONT. G-A-I-T-U-A-S, il a, elle a. Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ONT. Le verbe avoir, c'est dynamique. Un verbe si fort, si hypnotique. Il a imaginé, elle a rêvé, mais tu sais, je l'ai réalisé.
Let's try the hand thing.
G-A-I-T-U-A-S, il a, elle a. Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ONT. G-A-I-T-U-A-S, il a, elle a. Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ONT. Le verbe avoir, écoutez, exprimez-le. On passe, c'est composé pour le jouer.
Okay, are you doing this with me? Point, here we go.
G-A-I-T-U-A-S, il a, elle a. Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ONT. G-A-I-T-U-A-S, il a, elle a. Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ONT. G-A-I-T-U-A-S, il a, elle a. Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ONT. Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ONT. G-A-I-T-U-A-S, il a, elle a. Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ONT. G-A-I-T-U-A-S, il a, elle a. Nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, ONT.
So what's great about this is whether they're pointing and reading as they're hearing it, so they're getting all these and saying it as well, they are not just doing one thing, right? They're reading, speaking, moving, like just all these things. Or whether they're doing the hand gestures, going, I have, you have, he has, she has, we have, you have, plural, they have, like that. They're physically showing you that, yes, I'm getting this concept. And what I love this is if you look back here, you can see that this thing where it says avant de commencer, we do a little test before we even start the song to see where they are with their knowledge of avoir, if they remember it from years past, or maybe it's brand new to them. And then we do these activities like that. Oh, the beach ball. Type in YouTube, beach ball, avoir de Etienne, and check this out. Amazing activity with the beach ball. We do all these activities and have all this fun. And we go back. And when we give that little quiz on how's your knowledge for avoir, we're talking perfect marks. It is incredible because the song is now stuck in their head. And Justin has got the song stuck in their head. Etienne's got the song stuck in their head. You got the song stuck in their head. They got the song stuck in their own head by doing all these activities. Because sometimes these little games like these finger things are really important and build on that whole zest to compete that is ingrained in a great majority of our students. They love competitions, particularly when it's their class versus another class and things like that. That's why we do things like the French Accents Baby Shark Challenge, because schools can challenge each other and it's a lot of fun. So that's why we had this up here, so that you could have your students just simply point to it. Read while they're saying it. Super, super simple. Now we know that routines root preteens as well. And you see the word root. Now root for grounded, that's awesome. And building a foundation, that's great. But also route, R-O-U-T-E, meaning bring them down that road to French proficiency. It's huge, right? So let's talk about the where then. Let's talk about a key where for teaching French and discuss where we'll go from here in terms of July 29th when we can finally be together in person. Now, what you see here is one of my IC readers, interactive comprehensive readers, called Suivez mes directions. And from that, we have just added, and I can't wait to share this with you, a little extended package called Transformez votre classe en ville, where you convert your classroom into an actual city. And it's so simple. All the tools that you need are all right there. And that's what we're going to go over when we get together, because it's more powerful when the students are being the learning. You've heard about authentic learning, doing real life things. Let them be the learning. And that's exactly what this little pack does. You could see there's these little sections that you can cut out, and you can assign different desks in your classroom, whether they're in rows and single desks or in group desks. It doesn't matter. You can have the post office, the police station, the hospital, the train station, apartments, bus stops, everything like that. And the aisles between those desks or those groups of tables are the streets and boulevards which your students can name after themselves. As you see example here, La Rue Denise, Le Boulevard de Quay et Samantha, etc., etc. So you build this up. And then what happens is students are assigned a particular bâtiment, a building. They're in charge of learning all about it by filling out the formulaire d'information. And then when students go around and travel around and they meet the people who are the proprietors of that building, the proprietors will tell them all about the building, and they will use their formulaire d'exploration to learn 2 or 3 things about each of the buildings as they're going around navigating the city, which is your classroom. This is pedagogically sexy as well, people, when their students are living their French. Live French to learn French. Now, I know I'm running out of time. I won't even have time to talk to you about Funny Makes Sunny, the little bonus that I wanted to do. But if you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, anything like that, you can find these Friday French funnies that I put up, little funny things like this one here. Only the French know when and how Julius Caesar really died. It's hidden in time. Here's the when. Here's when Caesar died, but it's also how Caesar died. Say this in French right now. The 6:05. Say that in French. Say the whole thing in French, even with heure. Okay. Did you get it? That's how he died. He was not stabbed by his friend Brutus and all those others. That's right. So did you get it? Tell your friends. Tell your friend if the friend didn't get it. So Caesar sank. Caesar sank. It wasn't a stabbing. It was a drowning. Caesar, he drowned. It's really sad. So little French play on words and jokes like that, like look at that escargot, things like that. We post those every Friday just for a little bit of fun. And fun is what we're going to have when we get together on July 29th. I just can't wait to see you. And don't forget to also book me that week before for concerts at your school. The concerts look a little bit something like this.
Award-winning entertainer Etienne was in town today.
To his devoted fans around the world, he's known as Etienne, the rock
Internationally recognized singer and performer Etienne was in Thunder Bay.
They were treated to a concert that asked the question, Pourquoi français?
The international star combines school curriculums with trendy dance moves, and it seems to be working.
Now, as you can see in that clip about concerts, you saw some news footage. That's another thing that we do as well. We actually contact your local media and we let them know that we are celebrating French together. It's a great way to boost your program, make you look good, makes the students look good, and hopefully increases your enrollment numbers as well. So thank you very much, NAFT, for having me. C'était un grand plaisir, vous autres. So let's stay connected from this point on all the way through. Let me finish by putting up that graphic one more time about how you can swipe the code and you can get this free digital copy for you to enjoy. And you can see some of those strategies that we're going to be going over together when we get together on July 29th. I know I'm over time. Okay, sorry. All right. So I will see you July 29th. À bientôt, mes amis.